Hi guys, in today's video I will show you how to create a dataset, set appropriate permission, and how to mount the external storage for Nextcloud. I hope everybody doing okay during this COVID-19. I do realize most of us is under staying home order right now, so we have plenty of time to DIY and do our own servers, our own cloud. So hopefully this tutorial will help you out. And as you see right now, I'm access my FreeNAS and Nextcloud using my IP address. I'm actually in transit from Japan back to US right now, and all my server and equipment is in transit right now. That's why I'm using the VMware virtual machine to make the tutorial for you guys. It should be the same as physical servers. And with that, let's get started. In order to have the external storage, we're gonna need a new data set for Nextcloud. So first we're gonna go to storage, and we're gonna go to pools, and we're gonna create a new data set under add dataset, and we're just gonna name it Nextcloud for this tutorial. However, you can name it whatever you want. Nextcloud data, and we're gonna keep everything as default settings, and we're gonna save it. All right, next step, we're gonna edit the permission for the Nextcloud dataset. Go ahead and edit permissions. So by default, the owner gonna be the root users, and the root gonna be Will. It's the same like admin users and admin root in Windows. This is just a different name for FreeBSD, which is underlying operating system for FreeNAS. Nextcloud by default using the www user, and is under www root, so we're gonna go ahead and change it to www, and www for the root, and we're gonna apply the permissions recursively. Confirm and continue. So keep in mind this folder is exclusively for Nextcloud, which means Nextcloud maintain a different Active Directory and FreeNAS using a different Active Directory. So what I mean by that is, if you're gonna mount the datasets under SMP, SMP have a different authentications, and Nextcloud have a different authentications. So if you mount it under SMP and you have permission to that folder, you're still able to view the file. However, you cannot write or execute, would mean that you cannot delete the file, you cannot modify the file. And it vice versa, if you give it permission, SMP permission to that folders, you can copy the file into that under SMP. However, Nextcloud will able to view, but Nextcloud will not be able to write or execute, would mean that modify or deleted the file. So something to keep in mind. And with that, we go ahead and save it. Alright, now that we have a data set with the appropriate permission set for Nextcloud, the next step, we're going to go to plugins. And Nextcloud is up and running right now. So in order to add mount points, we're going to need to stop the plugin. We're going to go ahead and stop it. Alright, status is down, so we're going to add the new mount points. Actions. We're gonna add a new one. For the source, it's gonna be mail and share try and Nextcloud data. And for the destinations, we're gonna mail it under media. And if you choose read only, this gonna prevent the user from modifying the destinations. And we're gonna go ahead and save it. We're gonna keep at the default unchecked. Alright, now we have the mount point. We're gonna go back to plugins, and we're gonna restart Nextcloud, or we're gonna start it. So I still have the default admin user and passwords, but it's not a good security practice. If you install Nextcloud on your production environment, you at least should change the admin password. If not, create a new admin users and the new admin password. Here we go. When you go to Nextcloud and default admin user is nc admin and the password. I'm gonna go ahead and log in. All right, so this is a Nextcloud user interface. We're gonna go to Nextcloud and we're gonna go to apps. By default, the external storage is not enabled by default, so we're gonna go ahead and search for external, and we're gonna enable this feature. All right, so now it's enabled. We're gonna go to setting, go back to settings, and under external storage, we're gonna add a new storage, and obviously it's gonna be local. We're gonna give it the folder name. You can name it whatever, but we're gonna name it Nextcloud data. Authentication is gonna be configurations. It's gonna be media. We're gonna mail it to media because we set the mail port to media earlier. Available for, I keep at default all users, but you can set it up at whatever suit your use or purpose. And we're gonna hit a little check mark to save it, and you have a green check mark. It means that everything is good to go. You have an option to allow users to mount external storage, but for this tutorial we're gonna keep it unchecked by default. And we're gonna go to files, external storage, and Nextcloud data. If you have read and write permission, execute permission, you wouldn't see the message right here. If you don't, they're gonna say you do not have permission to this folder, I believe. All right, let's test it out. We're gonna upload some file. All right, text file. Here you go. Able to upload it into Nextcloud and should be able to open it too. There you go. And if you mail it under SMP, we're gonna connect it to a server. So to mail it under SMP, it's gonna be MP semicolon, and then the IP address and the mail point. We're gonna go ahead and connect it. All right, so now we mail it under SMP share. We're gonna go to Nextcloud data, and here's the file. And this is what I'm talking about. This file, we drag it and drop it in Nextcloud, so it's writing into the datasets using a Nextcloud permissions. So we were able to view the file. However, we're not gonna able to execute it, like delete the file. It said that you don't have a permission to do it. Same thing, you will not able to edit the file because SMP using a different authentication and Nextcloud maintain a different authentication. It's two different authentications. That's the reason why you're not able to modify the file. And same thing, if you give SMP permission to the Nextcloud data folder, you will be able to drag and copy all the file or modify, edit it in this Nextcloud data. However, under Nextcloud, you will not be able to modify it because Nextcloud do not have permission to that file. I hope it makes sense. Like always, if you have any issues, leave us in the comment below. And thank you for everybody that been subscribed to my channels. If you think the video is helpful, please give me a thumb up. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And I'll see you guys in the next tutorial. Bye.